This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Babbel.
For the single heterosexual men out there are plenty of obstacles on the path to finding a romantic and or sexual partner. Money, status, and appearance all go a long way when it comes to attracting a mate, and the lack of any of those things will make things more difficult out on the dating scene. Women's preferences for taller men, in particular, it's turned a lot of short guys into just full-blown incels, which sucks. They're just completely furious that their small stature has made them undateable, and they have just turned into cute little balls of rage on the internet. But where the incel finds despair, others simply find a challenge that they are willing to take on. Now sure, plenty of women will simply never date a man shorter than 5'10" or whatever they put on their profile, but by min-maxing one's desirability stats, it is entirely possible to achieve the status of short king.
There are plenty of short kings out there.
A lot of short kings.
The term short king first entered the lexicon back in 2018, with perhaps the first prominent usage being a tweet from comedian Jabuki Young White, who wrote, "I'm fucking tired of short used as an insult. Short gave you Donald Glover. Short gave you Tom Holland. Short gave you Daniel Kaluuya. Short gave you Bruno fucking Mars. Short kings are the enemy of body negativity, and I'll be forever proud to defend them." A few weeks later, YouTubers Cody Ko and Noel Miller further popularized the term while playing a video game based on the reality TV show Love Island. And the current Urban Dictionary definition, it reads as follows: a term of endearment for men under 5'9". Many use it for their favorite male celebrity, YouTuber, etc. who are under 5'9". Popularized by Cody Ko and Noel Miller in their videos, short king and manlet aren't interchangeable. Manlet is more of an insult towards short men in general, or for short men who are insecure about their height and try to make up for it by acting more masculine, like bodybuilding and lifting.
Yeah, in a world of manlets, be a short king.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean you can't work out, and
yeah,
it's more of an attitude.
I'm sure there's plenty of short kings who are also absolutely jacked, but it's there's a difference.
Are you under 5'10"?
No, I think I'm like about 5'10".
Okay.
I think you're like what, 5'11", 6 foot?
5'11", 6 foot.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't measured myself in years.
You know, if your posture is a lot that has to do with your actual height, you can get an extra inch and a half.
Yeah, I can.
Not an inch and a half, but an extra half or an inch.
I have literally no idea how tall I am.
So there you go.
I don't think I quite fall into short king territory, though.
If I'm 5'11", you are a short king.
I don't think so.
I don't know. We'll let the audience
I don't think
decide.
so. I feel like I'm taller than most of the people I know. Maybe they're all short.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nobody can be shibby. I mean, come on.
Yeah. If anything, I think I'm just an average pleb. Neither short nor kingly.
Okay.
So, basic.
Yeah.
Default.
Because of the way that human evolution has gone, you could safely assume that every actual king throughout history was a short king.
You know, when I had hair, that's when I was 5'10".
There you go. That's the thing. Yeah.
God damn it.
I gotta if I pull mine up, I can get an extra couple inches there.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway, one of my favorite examples of a short king would have to be former politician and presidential candidate Dennis Kucinich, who stands 5'7" and is married to a woman who stands 6 feet tall and is also 31 years younger than him. And those height measurements, they might not even be accurate, or else maybe she just wears very high heels a lot, because in public appearances, Elizabeth Kucinich absolutely towers over her short king husband, a full head higher than him, and his pride at achieving short king status is palpable in every image of the two of them together. Mm-hmm. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. I think that would be fun.
See? Anything's possible.
Yeah. There's plenty of other examples among famous people. 5'7" Joe Jonas is married to 5'9" Sophie Turner. 5'5" Daniel Radcliffe has been dating a 5'7" girlfriend for a decade. 5'6" Benji Madden managed to land 5'9" Cameron Diaz as his wife. I never really realized how short he is, because I worked for them.
She's tall.
Yeah. I've met her. She's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tina Fey's husband stands just 5'2". Seth Green's wife towers over him. And, but they're famous, you say. Well, short kings walk among us mortals as well. Twitter user Liz Adams went viral a few years back with this photo post and the caption, "Happily married to my 5'5" king for 8 years, while y'all are getting ghosted by 6'2" alcoholics with 7th grade reading levels, but go off about how you only date tall men, I guess."
Damn.
Yeah.
But, the most prominent short king currently would have to be Tom Holland. He's not exactly short at 5'8", but for the purposes of this definition, I guess he is a short king. Mm-hmm. You're either tall or you're short. There's no in between. But a
lot of this just comes from the surprise people have of seeing these people who are on screen.
Yeah.
Or if you're at a concert, they're on stage. It's hard to measure them visually until you see them next to a comparable person. And in a lot of cases, their girlfriends are taller than them, and it really makes them look short.
It does. So yeah, Tom Holland, not that short, but his equally famous girlfriend and Spider-Man co-star, Zendaya, stands at 5'11". And photos of that couple together have apparently upended the conventional wisdom around height differences in relationships so much that we are now apparently living through what is being called short king spring.
Finally, their time.
You were there for white boy summer, hot girl summer, hot vax summer. Well, get ready for short king spring.
And just like all of those other ones, there is going to be something terrible that happens just a week or so into it that ruins the entire spring for all of them.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah, Short King Spring, or at least that's according to people on TikTok. But here's an article about Short King Spring from Vice's outlet ID.
I'm 6 foot, if that matters, is a common disclosure that you might come across when scrolling through men on dating apps like Tinder. If you're taller, you'll be more desirable to potential matches, the theory goes. But there's research to back it up. A recent study found that shorter men need to earn more money to be deemed equally attractive to taller men. For example, a man who's 5'6" needs to earn an additional $175,000 per year to be as desirable as a man who is 6 feet tall.
That's insane.
So that guy could be earning $0.
Yeah.
And the short king could be earning $175,000, and they would feel like, well, I mean, 6 feet.
He's unemployed, alcoholic, no prospects, uneducated, no motivation, but he's 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let him hit. Get out of here, shorty.
The bias is clearly rooted in misogyny, ableism, and racism, with Asian men often taking the brunt. But just in time for the spring equinox, the internet has proposed that tall men have dominated the dating scene for too long. And we're sensing something in the air this season. Welcome to Short King Spring. While the term short king has been around for years, with comedian Jabuki Young White tweeting it back in 2018, it started circulating on TikTok by way of a viral trend where women call their tall boyfriends short king and filmed their reactions. The results revealed deeply rooted insecurities from tall men. However, the phrase was then reclaimed by short men themselves on the app. Short kings is the new wave. Sorry to y'all giraffes, one creator posted. Women then got involved by expressing their desire to date shorter men and saying that, quote, anyone taller than 5'11" no longer qualifies. Happy couples have also started posting TikToks celebrating their height difference, with Jada Boudrum's comment declaring it Short King Spring on the popular video getting over 244,000 likes.
So look, this is great. The taboo around women being into shorter guys seems to be going away. But also, this is just TikTok. A lot of people on the Short King Spring train might just be jumping on a trend, just trying to get on the For You page with something viral. Short kings are real, though. I know a few myself. And the New York Post tracked down some actual real-life short kings to get their takes on all of this. Among the shorter men of Manhattan is Sam Bockerman, who clocks in at 5'4" and 3/4 and just makes it work.
And I'm 32 and a half years old.
Quote, I played sports growing up.
Hey, stop it.
Quote, I played sports growing up and I always wished I was taller, more for sports than for dating, the 24-year-old said, adding that he's never faced rejection for his height. Quote, most of the girls I've dated, they don't really see height as an issue. In fact, he's experienced the opposite. Recently, he went on a date with a taller woman who said she, quote, likes them 5'6" and shorter. New Yorker...
Okay.
I like them 5'6" and shorter.
That's a very odd, specific request.
New Yorker Matt Evenden, who is 5'7" or 5'8", depending on who you ask.
If you ask him, he's 5'8".
has also tried his luck with women who are 5'10" or taller, saying height has never been an issue. Quote, coming from someone like myself who has not dated a lot of girls who are taller than me, it was kind of weird, he said. But after the first 15 minutes when you're on the date, it just kind of becomes okay. But having a girlfriend the same height as him for most of college shielded Evenden from some women's tall orders, especially when they say they prefer taller guys or are looking for someone who's over 6 foot. Quote, it was more surprising because I had not experienced that, the 23-year-old said, of being rejected for his height, or lack thereof. I was like, really? This is an issue?
I mean, you would assume that based on perception, that a short king has a not an actually massive dong, but if an average
BDE.
dong of an average dong on a shorter person looks like a bigger dong than the same size dong on a taller person.
That's true.
So
That is true.
you got there's a lot of short kings out there just wielding a hammer.
I think that's why a lot of taller guys like dating really small chicks, because
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
it's a trick they use in pornography quite a bit.
Mhm.
Like,
There
oh
you
man, that guy's penis must be gargantuan. It's like, no, it's just a very, very small girl with very small hands.
So the article then points out the existence of a dating app called Short King Dating, which has apparently been around for a couple of years, but is still in early access. On its website, Short King Dating's motto appears to be, fuck tall guys, date a short king, which is maybe not the best choice of words for this kind of thing, but okay.
We use the tall guys for sex and the short kings for dating.
Yeah. It also says, tall, dark, and handsome is outdated, and kings are in short supply. Don't let height get in the way of true love. Registration is limited to short kings, classified as 5'8" or shorter, and short king lovers.
All the definitions of short kings is...
They're all over the place.
It's really, it's all over the place.
That's because they're deciding it.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of these women saying like, oh, now I'm into short kings. It's like they consider previously, like the standard has now been like 6 feet or higher, nothing below. So it's like anything lower than 6 feet. It's like, oh, hey, shorty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, these women, they're in it for the eugenics.
Yeah.
They don't want short babies, short sons or daughters.
Well, you can raise a basketball player or you can raise a jockey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, both are
Very
gameful
competitive.
careers. Yeah.
So yeah.
So we may be in the midst of a short king spring, but that, of course, doesn't mean that it isn't still a little harder for the little guys out there. Though hopefully the stigma around dating smaller men continues to diminish.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like I was saying with the dong, is when the short guys have a picture on their profile holding a fish up.
Yeah,
It's going to be a bigger fish no matter what.
He must be a great fisherman and therefore a great provider.
Yes. Well, I did see the explanation. That's like kind of sad, but it actually made me understand the fish photo a lot more. Have you seen the explanation of why the fish photo is such a trope in dating scenes? Is because sadly, as I saw it explained, and it makes a lot of sense, is the older a guy gets, even younger guys, they don't have a lot of pictures of themselves that are taken.
Doing things, yeah.
You can take selfies and stuff, but rarely do you ask someone to take a picture of you, and rarely does a guy show happiness in a photo that isn't forced.
Yeah.
And so when you catch a big fish, it's the one time where you get to have a photo taken of you where you're in probably the best mood of at least that week.
Damn.
Damn. So fuck off, everyone that makes fun of that, apparently.
I mean, it is like, even now, 2 decades on, like a man taking a selfie of himself.
That's the thing.
To try to look like good, it's
cool.
always,
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't fucking work.
I've gone through my photo thing even recently, and be like, I do not take photos of myself at all.
My Google Photos is entirely pictures of my dog.
Yeah, it's my cat.
I have like the most advanced camera.
Yeah.
Like, the technology I carry in my pocket for photography would make Fritz Lang and Stanley Kubrick's brains explode.
Yeah.
And I use it solely to take photos and videos of my dog doing like the same shit every time.
Yeah, it's so maybe go easy on people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Bo Burnham did the white girl Instagram, and then it has that break in it where it's like it pulls back to the sad reality that everyone is going through shit in this world.
Yeah.
So dunking on people just because of how their profile looks is kind of mean.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully the stigma goes away. But meanwhile, any potential mate who dismisses any and all potential matches based solely on height requirements is probably not someone that you'd really even want to get with, even if you were tall enough for their preferences.
It clears out the field. It's fine.
This is a very shallow person.
Yes, exactly. You want to avoid them anyway, so they're doing you a favor by removing themselves from your dating pool.
So, yeah, in a way, it is kind of good that they are upfront with the fact that they're just completely uninterested in what is still the vast majority of men who are under 6 feet tall. So, short kings, they deserve respect, and there's clearly plenty of potential partners out there willing to treat you like the short king that you are.
I just want to salute this show's short king, Elliot.
I reject that
I don't know, because if I'm only 5'11", you're 5'9".
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I would put short kings at like 5'6" or lower.
Well, you don't get to decide. That's up to the short kings.
But everyone else is, the definitions are all over the fucking place here. Anyway, if you're going to be in Texas, you can come up to me and decide for yourself. Because I know Elliot's
got those things that put his heels up, that you slide into your shoes.
Lifts?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I would fall. I would.
Well, you mean in Texas you can wear boots, and that'll kind of hide the fact that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear boots. But yeah, at previous events, it's a mix. People come up to me, they're like, "Oh man, I thought you were like short." I'm like, "Why did you think that?" They're like, "I don't know." Just
well, it's because
like
we've had Shibby on the show, and like if we had Shibby on right now, his head would be cut off because he's abnormally tall.
That's true. Everything's relative.
And then anyone that sees anything on TV or internet or whatever, it always feels taller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I met Arnold Schwarzenegger, who swears, well, I didn't meet him because he ignored me, but if you look at his Wikipedia, definitely not that tall.
Well.
So there you go. But let's move on to a different type of king, whose height we can't be sure of, but whose skills on the guitar are undeniable. Here, have a listen. But you may be wondering why this man has chosen to shred on the sidewalk, and why later in the clip, while still playing with one hand, he uses the other hand to pick up a sign that says Western Dental sucks, while standing in front of a Western Dental and Orthodontics location. Well, based on most Yelp reviews of Western Dental's hundreds of locations in California and the Southwest, he's probably mad about poor treatment and or being overcharged. But let's read from Newsweek to get the facts on what's going on here.
A man in California got so fed up with his dental office that he decided to protest by shredding an electric guitar outside the establishment while holding up a sign that said, Western Dental sucks. A passerby shared a video of the aggrieved customer on Twitter, where it has been viewed 4.2 million times since it was posted on March 12th. It showed the man rocking his guitar solo through an amplifier in front of Western Dental and Orthodontics in Merced, California. Quote, "What the fuck Western Dental do to this man?" the caption wondered. Fortunately, the viral video found its way to the guitarist, Lane Barton, who could answer that question. "Hi everybody, this is me," Barton wrote below the clip. "This place has been an absolute nightmare for my son and I."
Newsweek reached out to Barton for further explanation, and yeah, it sounds like Western Dental has in fact been an absolute nightmare for him and his 14-year-old son, Landon. He says that after the first appointment, the orthodontist was hours late to every follow-up, and once had an appointment canceled on them at the last minute. It's pretty annoying stuff, especially considering how expensive dental work can cost. But what pushed him over the edge was something that seems like it might be an example of a big problem in the US dental business. Routinely over-treating patients based on incorrect diagnoses in order to meet revenue quotas.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, here's Newsweek again.
But Barton said the last straw came when Western Dental called for unnecessary surgery. An orthodontist initially ordered surgery for Landon to correct a crooked tooth. The family traveled to Fresno for that surgery, but when they returned to Merced, their orthodontist at Western Dental said the procedure had been done incorrectly and Landon needed to get yet another surgery. They drove 60 miles to Fresno again, but the surgeon there said that Landon was fine with the procedure he had received. Barton sought a second opinion from another orthodontist who agreed that no further surgery was needed. When Barton tried to get answers from the staff at Western Dental, he claimed his calls went unanswered for over a month. That was when he decided to whip out the electric guitar. "I said, you know what? I'm just going to protest their business. This will get their attention," Barton told Newsweek. Wow!
Anyways, good news. Shaming and annoying Western Dental seems to have worked, and Lane Barton quickly received a refund for his son's braces once the clip went viral. This is also a tried and true method of conflict resolution for this guy, who says he previously played guitar outside a former employer's building when they stiffed him on his last paycheck. In both cases, he got paid. So, learn the guitar.
Yeah, learn to shred.
Yeah, make a big scene, shame a company in public, and get what you want.
Yeah, shame works.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of protests, though, apparently the People's Convoy, the U.S. answer to the Canadian trucker convoy from earlier this year, is still happening in and around Washington, D.C., though the motivation behind it is becoming increasingly unclear. There's no lockdowns, no vaccine mandates, not even any mask mandates in most parts of this country at this point. It's kind of just a general purpose right-wing grievance convoy that has mainly just succeeded at annoying other drivers.
Yeah, that's always the point, though. Just ruining people's days.
Though actually one of the few concrete policy complaints these people seem to have at this point seems to be their dissatisfaction over literally pissing and shitting their pants because the DC police have been blocking highway exit ramps so they can't go pull over and use the bathroom.
I'm still wearing my pee pants right now. The problem is they're going to, all those poor maintenance workers that have to mow the center medians and the sidewalls, they're going to hit those gallon jugs full of piss, just like the stories we've reported on earlier, and it's like a piss bomb going off in the chassis of their big lawn mowing tractors.
I mean, you would think they'd be doing that, but it sounds like these people are actually pissing their pants.
Well, that's because they don't prepare.
Leads me to believe they're not real truckers.
Yeah.
Real truckers, they deal with these sorts of things.
They got jugs.
They take dumps at like 80 miles an hour and
No
keep
problem.
on going. They got a deadline to meet.
But anyways, protests often lead to counter-protests, and last week, one apparent counter-protester figured out an excellent way to troll the People's Convoy on the narrow streets of Washington, D.C. Have a look. Yep, that's just a guy on a bicycle riding as slow as humanly possible while dozens of huge trucks honk their horns at him in frustration. It turns out the idea of bringing the roads to a standstill is less appealing to these people when somebody else is doing it, especially all by themselves. And on a bicycle.
Without even being able to roll call.
Yeah. And you know what? If he has to go to the bathroom, he can just hang it down his shorts and just go while he's riding the bike.
Yeah.
All over the road.
He can.
Yep. It's unclear how long this cyclist managed to keep this up for, but here's another clip from later on once another lane opened up, allowing a member of the convoy to get beside the cyclist and confront him.
Hey, what are you doing? You got a bunch of trucks behind you. You got a bunch of trucks behind you. What? You got a bunch of trucks behind you. Oh, it's too loud, huh? Okay.
So, perfect.
You're going to have to stop honking. If you're going to shout things at me, it's got to be one of the other.
Sounds like you've really got to take a piss.
I love this because like these people are genuinely scary. They
It's keeping them busy though. They got
like Zach Patricio monitors like their comms because they're just all communicating on like open channels basically.
Yeah, on CB radio.
They're all like radio and then like Telegram channels and shit, and they stream all their stuff constantly, and they're just like openly saying some like pretty violent shit that they want to do.
I thought it'd be funny stuff.
They want to do like citizens arrests and shit. So.
Breaker, this is the piss taker. I had another accident. We're going to need the piss jug truck to make it up front to the line.
Gotta get a Depends up here and,
Can someone put me in the rocking chair so I can hang dong outside the window and drop some fucking piss?
So yeah, I mean, this guy, he did take risk here. Like, these people are,
they could have run him over.
They're very upset. It would not have been outside of the realm of possibility that they do something violent to him.
Yeah.
They've already, like, a couple times, like, boxed in other cars who are, like, justifiably like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Let me out. I'm trying to drive here. They're like, oh, how dare you. Box him in and shit. Yeah.
I gotta not sympathize, but driving around with piss and shit pants, probably not the most enjoyable thing.
No.
So anything is liable to set you off after that.
Anything. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we got the headlines half of the show coming right up. But first, this episode is sponsored by Babbel. For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school and promptly forgot all of it. Mm-hmm. Though it turns out, not all of it, actually. Because thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language and maybe remember a bunch of stuff from 20 years ago that you thought you forgot. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world.
Babbel's 15-minute lessons, they make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective, and with Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. You don't want to embarrass yourself by knowing the words but not able to pronounce them correctly.
Yeah.
All that work just to have it thrown away by bad pronunciation? Come on. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee.
Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That is 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code WEIRD. That is BABBEL.com, code WEIRD. Babbel, language for life.
All right, now let's get into the weirdest, wildest headlines from around the globe today. Home of Republican who crafted Florida's Don't Say Gay bill is destroyed by tornado.
God's plan.
Yeah, it really seems like for the people who specifically believe in God and enact policy in his name, he doesn't really like them very much.
He doesn't seem to have appreciated what this guy did. He seems to have actually smited him, which is always a bad sign.
Yeah, if I were a religious person and this chain of events happened, you'd really have to start questioning things.
You would think, but these people are so... They can twist any chain of events to suit the narrative that they are good and have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And this is merely a test.
Yeah.
And once they get through this, they're going to be like...
I am Job.
They're going to be one floor higher in the heaven skyscraper.
Yeah, true.
They're going to be in the heaven penthouse.
Yeah.
With all the other
destroyed
good
home on
people.
earth equals great home in heaven.
Hey, buddy, looks like you devoted your life to making other people's lives increasingly difficult. Welcome to heaven. Just kidding. Slam. Burn.
Yes.
Hell. Yeah.
But yeah, this has got to be satisfying to anyone who's opposing this bill. It's got to be feeling pretty good.
Don't say gay. Just pretend.
It goes so far beyond that too. Like,
yeah, no, it goes to the point
like
of making actual education like impossible.
Especially like for teachers,
Yeah.
many of whom, surprise, there are gay people in this country,
They
and they
exist.
also teach,
Yeah.
and it makes their entire existence in a school questionable. And the problem with it is that basically what this bill does is it opens up legal liability to both teachers and schools whenever a parent up to the parent,
Yeah.
whenever the parent thinks that they've crossed a line. So all this is going to do is completely milk public school funds through lawsuits and be like, oh, but well, look, public schools are failing. Just like with the fucking post office, when they were like, oh, the post office isn't making any money because we made them pay 70 years of retirement benefits all at once. So it's like you muddy up the public schools with lawsuits and then you point to them as failures.
Yeah, it's what a country. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, over and over again.
Opposites attract.
But luckily, seems like the actual children in Florida
they're like, this sucks.
think this is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't think I know what gay is? Like,
Yeah, well,
do you think you're protecting me?
like the language
I
of
have
the
the
bill,
internet on my phone.
the language of the bill and the way, specifically the way that Republicans are positioning it in Florida is that they're saying that it's for, elementary school and that, but that's
Okay.
like, that's a very small piece of the overarching
Yeah.
bill itself. And then they're like, oh, well, if you oppose this, you must be like a pedophile or something.
You're grooming.
Yeah,
That's
it's so strange.
Their new favorite word is grooming.
It's
you-
sinister. It's sinister bullshit.
If you say gay, you are no different than a literal pedophile, apparently.
What this is going to do is open up a bunch of fucking lawsuits from asshole parents who are suing to prove points and ruin public school education for every generation after this one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we don't have enough money for books and school supplies at our school, which is already true.
Yeah.
But now even less because we got sued 3 times because one of our teachers happens to be a lesbian. And
you said
mentioned
it.
her wife.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, oh yeah, my wife. What? Oh. Lawsuit.
She said gay.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
I hope it gets repealed.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone involved in this has their homes destroyed by a tornado.
Yeah, well, with climate change and the effects of that happening with more hurricanes, tornadoes, and just extreme weather in general, that's a pretty good likelihood.
Joke's on you, buddy. Florida's not going to exist in 50 years.
We're all going to have beachfront property.
Speaking of Florida headlines, Florida restaurant cancels Capitol rioters going to prison party. It was the guy who took Nancy Pelosi's lectern and was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's me. Get a picture. I'm going to put this on my Tinder profile. Better than a fish.
It was probably the only picture someone had taken of him in a very long
The
time.
happiest he'd been, yeah.
That's maybe why everyone was so proud of their involvement in the Capitol
Yeah,
riot.
the coolest pictures of them they've seen in years. The QAnon shaman guy, like, listen, he looked a lot cooler there than he does, like, in real life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. There might be some, like, really deep level of being like, they willingly posted it because it's the first time they've looked cool
Yeah.
in decades.
Could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy, this was in Bradenton.
Oh.
He was having his going to prison party.
What was the restaurant? Do you know?
It was called like the Bradenton Island Canteen or something like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, it got the word got out, and the restaurant was like, we're in the news now, and we'd rather not be involved. So if you could not have that party, that would be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy's not even going to prison for that long. He's going for like a year and some change.
Well,
he got off pretty easy. I'd say.
I think trading that for one great picture for your dating profile is probably pretty good.
Photos are forever. And it's a great photo.
Yeah. Thief caught on camera burglarizing Miami shoe store leaves with 20 left sneakers. This
Could
happened.
be a one-legged man.
Could be. This happened in LA a couple of months ago where, the footage came out and everyone was baffled because people broke in and just stole all the displays.
Yeah.
Which is just a bunch of one left or right. It's one shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the store loses like tens of thousands of dollars. The thief gets
Worthless
nothing
shoes.
of value except to people that happen to have only a left foot and no right foot.
Yeah.
But even those people, they like to get both shoes.
Yeah.
For the peg leg.
I got two left feet. This is perfect for me.
Yeah, maybe this thief has two left feet.
Yeah. I don't know. But it is not a very well thought out crime.
No. He got home and just like, oh! Yeah, shit.
Damn it.
People who haven't contracted COVID-19 yet have no friends, Korean doctor says.
I mean, maybe.
It's like, if you don't have HPV, you don't fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have herpes.
Lame.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's...
I do constantly see on Twitter, people are like, does anyone on here know, like, any person who hasn't had COVID yet? I'm like, yeah, I mean, most people I know, and myself, I think still fall into that category.
I the only thing that I can think is that I had some asymptomatic version of it at some point because I've gone to Florida.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I've managed to avoid it somehow. My mom recently had it for like a week, but she's like triple vax, so it was just mostly inconvenient for her because she had to like work remotely again and had to like cancel plans. And it also happened on the week of her birthday, so it's just like, this sucks. But my dad didn't get it, which was weird.
Yeah, we had a mutual of ours got it, and her boyfriend didn't get it, and they lived together.
Yeah, it's weird, but like at this point, I'm like, I don't know how the fuck I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, because when we did the break for Christmas and stuff, we came back and were testing like every other day, and nothing. And I went to New York City, and like.
Yeah. So I don't know.
The vaccines work.
So this Korean doctor, I guess he ended up apologizing later. He's like, I didn't mean it literally.
I don't apologize.
I didn't mean literally that you don't have friends. I'm just saying, like, anyone with an active social life has probably gotten COVID at this point.
Yeah, but that's the thing is I think a lot of people have probably gotten it and didn't know that they had it because there are asymptomatic cases.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
It was not a crime. Denver man faces felony after city accuses him of making pickleball court without permission. Was this on an actual tennis court?
I guess the lines for the pickleball, like, you play pickleball.
Yes, I do.
With your...
Boomers?
With your boomer neighbors and community members.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You use like a ping pong paddle?
No, it's a pickleball paddle.
But it looks like a ping pong.
Sure, I mean, I guess.
It's like flat. And
it's bigger than that.
The ball is like a ping pong ball with holes in it?
No, it's like a wiffle ball.
A golf practice
It's a harder, heavier wiffle ball.
But a small wiffle ball.
It's tennis ball sized.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I guess this guy, the local pickleball court, the lines...
They're different.
The lines that separate it from the basketball court and everything else that it's used for had faded or something happened to them. So he just took a pen and marked the lines back where they're supposed to be.
Sounds fine.
And the local Parks and Recreation Department came after this man for the felony vandalism charge that he was caught on camera committing.
Wow. The biggest issues with these, typically, is that cities are getting very annoyed, mostly the residents, because it is so loud and so popular that it is literally just like, imagine just, but like ultra loud, because it's very loud.
Wow.
And 16 hours a day. So if you live within any earshot of a park, it is that for 16 hours.
Boomers are they're creating a lot of noise pollution.
Yeah.
I think this guy was like 70-something years old.
Look, I think it's first of all, the sport is fun. It looks really lame. It is fun to play. Like most, I would say it's closer to a playground sport than an actual sport
Yeah.
because it's like
Well, those
if
are the
you went
funnest
out
sports.
if you went out right now and played Foursquare with some friends, it'd probably be a lot of fun, but you'd look really stupid.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's great because a lot of boomers play it and it keeps them active.
And you can just dunk on them.
If you can't win an argument, you can't win an argument.
God, Ricky, you're so strong.
They call me Wheels. You can't win an argument with a boomer online, but you can break their knees in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun. And it is a mixture of ping pong and tennis, so there is technique to it. You can get like spins going and stuff, so get the ball curving, and it's and young people play.
Okay.
Made a few young friends out there on the courts.
Young like 50? Or how young are we talking here?
Young
Young at
30s, 30s, young at heart. But then there's guys that are like 96 out there.
Oh my God.
I can't remember
I
the
would be
guy's name.
scared to compete at anything athletic with someone that old.
The guy that is 96, I don't even know if he's still alive. I haven't seen him in a while. He looks like he came right out of a cuckoo clock. He has like suspenders and like German looking things, and he has a twisty mustache,
What the fuck?
and he wears gloves.
All right. Okay.
I think his name's like Leopold or something like that
What
too.
the fuck?
Yeah.
That's actually Hitler. It's his disguise after escaping.
Yeah, he has
Faking his
a
death.
70-year tan from Argentina.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I got to get you playing. I got a bunch of extra paddles. Burbank has some courts.
of course it does.
You know, all the celebrities are playing it now, Elliot.
Oh, are they?
Yes, they are. I can't name any right now, but I but there are.
Okay.
There are.
You're gonna want to get in.
Get it on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese man bitten by venomous snake he thought was dead inside a wine bottle he bought for his son.
There's a lot going on in this.
Yeah, they like putting snakes in bottles of liquor and then drinking it as a
I've seen it before, yeah.
for health reasons. It's not.
It's fake.
It's real. Or not, it's not real. It's just some superstition, some herbal medicine. But this guy, apparently the snake was just hibernating in that bottle of wine. He popped it open and was real upset.
And real drunk.
Yeah. Did the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
So-
send him to the hospital.
Why was he buying? Look, when I think son, I think like 10 years old. So I'm assuming this adult son.
This is a large adult son who
Yeah.
I guess was feeling under the weather.
Mhm.
So the dad got him some snake venom wine.
Because it'll boost your vitality or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unintended consequences. The
Yeah.
snake is out of the bottle
There you go.
and it's mad.
I'm mourning it. Photo of Guantanamo Bay McDonald's flag at half-mast for Madeleine Albright goes viral.
Yeah, it's just fucking surreal. Even just remembering that Guantanamo Bay exists
Yeah.
is surreal. You're like, oh yeah, we own part of Cuba that we won in the Spanish-American War 100 and some years ago, and we use it to extrajudicially torture people, essentially, prisoners of war who
In some cases are completely innocent.
are like, well, we don't have to, we're not obligated to treat them like real prisoners of the U.S. legal system, because technically it's not the U.S., it's Guantanamo Bay. Like, yes, we own it, but like, it's not America, it's DiGiorno. And yeah, but
And they have a McDonald's.
and even more surreal is that, and you can see it on Google Maps. It's weird. It looks like it's like a little town. It's a little American town. They got a McDonald's. They got a Subway. They got these little stores. I want to know how you get hired at the Guantanamo Bay McDonald's. Like, how do you get that job?
I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, they had I think the Navy flag. I don't know, some blue flag, and then the American flag, and then the McDonald's flag, all equally at half-mast, saluting our fallen girl boss Secretary of State, Madeleine Albright,
And it's like,
whose policies really, I mean, the fact that it's Guantanamo, it's like fucking horrible place, a complete stain on America's reputation and legacy. And it's like Madeleine Albright also, you look past the girl boss shit, and also responsible for some absolutely despicable things.
yeah.
Not
terrible.
someone really to admire.
I think that it's, there was probably a conversation that happened with this where they're just like, well, all right, well, obviously we're not going to put the McDonald's flag down half-mast. That'd be ridiculous. And then they lowered the other two, and they're like, okay, well, we can't have a McDonald's flag towering over the American flag, which is at half-mast. So instead of taking it down completely, they were just like, all right, just fucking lower it.
Why have a McDonald's flag in the first place? It's clearly a McDonald's. We can tell by the giant golden arches. We don't need a flag.
Yeah, well, that's what they want.
It's there just, when Ronald McDonald passes on, they can lower the flag.
Yeah.
When the McRib
When
is...
Fred Willard died.
When the McRib is no longer back.
Yeah. Fred Willard died and they lowered it. It's only the second time. It's Fred Willard and Madeleine Albright.
Yeah.
No, when the McRib gets back, they do the smoke.
Yeah, the Pope smoke.
The Shamrock Shake is green smoke.
A new grimace has been selected. Brazilian singer Viviane Pereira taken to hospital after refusing to pass wind in front of her boyfriend. So, don't hold it in. Could be real bad. You holding those farts all day long, try not to fart in front of your boyfriend, gonna end up in the hospital.
South Park did this.
Did they?
Yeah, where the people were spontaneously combusting because they were holding in their farts, and they pinpointed it down to that being the reason because Kenny died, obviously. And it was because he had a new girlfriend, so he was holding in his farts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I read this headline, I just thought it was like a asshole boyfriend who was like, "Oh, you're not gonna fart in front of me? I'll send you to the hospital."
I keep asking her to fart in my face, and she refuses. She's been holding them in for days. Like, baby, come on.
Give
me
on.
the gas.
Yeah. Why is it spicy?
Come on, put it in a jar so I can open it up later and get a whiff.
Yeah. We could be selling these things online.
We could be rich.
Yeah.
You can sell NFTs of these farts. Yeah, so be careful out there. Just let your body do what it wants to do.
Or just go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Go in the bathroom and do it. Or take a walk outside.
Go in the bathroom, flush the toilet, waste the water so it covers up the sound. or run the faucet.
Wasting water, not really good. But in a pinch, if you need to have some cover up.
Just do it when any sort of loud sound is happening. When the wind is blowing that way.
Yeah.
There are ways.
Or just do it right into his face.
Yeah. Assert dominance.
Yes. Paralyzed man communicates his first words in months using brain implant. I want a beer.
I want a beer. I want to go to Applebee's. No, I didn't say that. He did also ask to hear the new Tool album.
New to him.
Well, I guess this was a journal report from it was 3-4 years ago.
I want to listen to Tool and drink a beer.
Yeah. Completely locked in with ALS. And only in his 30s, too. Mm-hmm. Just the worst thing. If that ever happens to me, just put me down. Put me down like a dog. I don't want it. This guy's typing out 1 letter a minute. Absolute hell. Don't want it. And it's like he's asking for a beer. I don't even think they can give him one. I don't even know if he'd be able to taste it. Yeah. I hope he liked the Tool album, though. That would be the worst. Just like...
B-O-O-O-O-O. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, they still play the hits live, so that's... Wheel him over to the concert.
Wheel him over.
Mm-hmm. VIP.
Get this man a beer.
Yeah. A $75 beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And final headline, a little update for you. Dog abandoned for being gay is adopted by same-sex couple.
Happy ending.
Yeah. Don't Say Gay guy's house gets destroyed by a tornado.
Gay dog
the
finds
gay
a home.
dog finds a home.
The gay dog has just on a base level, has a better home than that politician who supported the Don't Say Gay bill.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's almost like God is...
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above.
Our God is an awesome God. Yeah. So good for that dog. Although it's probably not actually a gay dog. I don't know, maybe it is. But dogs just sort of hump
What does it
everything.
matter? What does it matter?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
It should be neutered anyway.
Yeah.
And if it was at a shelter, it almost certainly is now actually neutered.
Mm-hmm.
So who cares? Not shooting any ropes anytime soon.
Look, I'll take whatever happy ending, not in a sexual way, that I can get.
From a dog.
From a dog.
I'll take any happy ending from a dog I can get. Wait,
hold on.
Pause.
Yes, Austin show this week, Friday.
Less than a week away.
By the way, we're gonna have a shorter video upload schedule this week because
King week.
It's short King content.
Short episode content.
So just I think just 2 episodes we're gonna do this week before we head off to Austin. And then we'll see if you're going to be there. That'd be great. We're going to do a little Q&A before. I think that's a different ticket. Whatever. You'll see the tickets below. There's like a Q&A thing you can also do. And then there's also... we're going to measure ourselves?
Hold on.
There's ticket links below. Hold on, let me put my posture correct.
So you are... Let's see. Well, looks like you are... Yeah, you're 6 feet tall.
Hey, we did it! Let me see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boy. Wait, where's the inches on this?
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 foot. Oh, buddy. I think you're. I'll give you 5'9".
Okay.
I'll give you 5. I mean, really. Yeah, really. Like 5. You're. If I measure from your grundle, you're 5'9".
All right. Well,
Short King Spring.
I guess so. Anyway, watch our 2 most recent episodes, the one about the Oscars, which is already outdated, and the episode about an AI inventing chemical weapons.
No, Sean Penn said he was going to melt his Oscars down if they don't get Zelensky on.
Yeah.
So maybe it happened. They're airing as we film this, so
I
who
don't give a
knows?
shit,
And
yeah.
who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. Short King Spring. See you in Austin. Watch our videos over here and subscribe to the channel.
Bye-bye.
Bye.